Okay, being alone will make you successful in life. Watch this video in its entirety. You will get results out of it if you do, because I will be giving you actionable steps on exactly how to look at life moving forward. This is not a wishy-washy video or just mental masturbation. I genuinely want to see you succeed and get results out of watching my content. With that being said, there's two main concepts that I do want to cover in this video, which will be crucial to you achieving what you want to achieve in life. Obviously, I talk a lot about money, self-improvement, and whatnot, but this video is going to be kind of generalized in whatever that you want to achieve, whether it be relationships, financially, fitness, whatever. So here's the thing, being alone is the number one thing that will get you results in a short period of time. The reason why is because people are distractions. And this is coming from somebody who's very social and used to go out fucking 5 times a week to get drunk and party just because I was distracting myself away from the real issues. Now, this is obviously easier said than done, but it is the core principle and the core aspect of how to actually achieve something. Because there's a lot of us out there who want a girlfriend, we want a nice friend group, we want a social circle, so on and so on. But you should low-key actually be happy if you do not have these things, because you have a big advantage in getting closer to your goals, whether it be financially or whatever. The reason why is because whenever you have people around, family, friends, whatever, those things are huge distractions to what you do. Because let's say you just isolate yourself away from all this, you have the prime opportunity to spend as much time as you want on the things that matter to achieve your goals. Like I said, from a social person, having to isolate himself is obviously not the easiest thing, but the biggest ROI thing that I've ever done, and I really mean this. So understand that you have to be able to isolate yourself, and not even just from people, but from all distractions around. If you're completely distractionless, you only have your computer, and you're able to work at what is actually going to get you closer to your goal, there is nothing that's going to stop you. Because even if you don't necessarily do the most income producing activity, you just have so much time to do the right thing anyway. Even if you're spending and wasting time on a logo for 3 hours, you still have 2 more hours to actually do what matters, and you should be doing that because you have no distractions and people around you. Being able to isolate yourself from everyone and everything around you is going to get your mind in the right headspace to actually do the proper things that you're supposed to do. Because when you have people around, they come with ideas, they tell you all this BS, and all of it is just clogging up your brain completely from just being completely isolated and able to literally just focus on what truly matters to your goals. If your goals aren't social, then you shouldn't be social. If your goals are social, of course, there's different goals to that. Go and be social, have people around you. But if your goals are simply financial, if your goals are productivity effective, if your goals are work, whatever, having people around isn't really going to help you do that. And I know that's kind of hard to hear, but it is the brutal reality of the situation. And the more I talk about this shit, the more I realize how brutal a lot of my fucking advice is. But sometimes, especially in business, that's kind of how things are. Sadly, but it is pretty brutal. That's why people make it and people don't. Now, the second concept that I want to talk about is that when you're isolated from these people, you have all the time in the world to actually focus on what is going to move the needle forward. Now that you have this time, it is very important that you spend this time efficiently, properly, so you're able to get to your goals as soon as possible. So what I would recommend and what I do is I treat life in almost like in different seasons, which means that for now, when you're isolating yourself, you're in a season of isolation in a season of building, in a season of not being social but growing and making shit happen, right? That is the whole point of this season. And then once you're done with that quote unquote arc or whatever people want to call it, then you can go into a different season, which is more social, more fun, more partying, more reaping the benefits of the building phase and the isolation phase. So let's say that your isolation phase is like from fucking August to March next year. You can then genuinely go into a more social phase from March to August where you're reaping the benefits of all the work that you've put in. So you don't fucking go insane. Okay? That is an actionable thing you can do moving forward right now, is to treat your life in seasons. This is what I've been doing, and this is what's genuinely helped me save so much fucking time. I swear to God, if you start treating your life this way, you will see way more success, but you'll also have way more fun, because a lot of you are just isolated the fuck out and you don't know what to do, and then you almost go in this black hole when you're isolated because you're just so mentally exhausted that now at this point in time you're just like completely air fried, you're cooked in the brain, and that is not a good thing either. So there needs to be a good balance between this, but in my opinion the isolation phase should always be longer than the fun or reaping benefits phase, because it takes time to build something, it takes time to achieve these goals, it takes time to do all these things that you want to achieve. And if you're trying to combine that by being social or by not isolating yourself, you're gonna have a hard time. It's just the truth. I swear to God, I've done this myself, tried to kind of blend having a partner or doing this and doing that, and it's never been optimal for me. That's all I can say. Maybe it's optimal for you. Maybe there's an exception. Maybe some people like it that way. But based off of everybody that I know, everyone that actually makes things happen, as soon as you fucking isolate yourself, you'll see so much more results. It's actually insane. And it's pretty crazy because you kind of see this all the time, kind of going on a bit of a side tangent, but you see this happening a lot where people are isolated, they're doing super great, they're getting a bunch of results, they're locked in, like people would say, and then they get a girlfriend, things go downhill. They start socializing more, partying, having fun, things go down. They start spending more time with these people or the people in general. They start doing things, what happens? The results go down. It's fucking crazy, but it's so true at the same time, and it always happens, and you see this time and time again, and you fucking see it from your favorite influencers online too. Your favorite gurus out there start partying, and all of a sudden they're not really posting as much, they're not showing results anymore, things aren't really like they used to. Why? Because they're not isolated anymore. It's pretty crazy, but it's genuinely life-changing. So if you want the best of both worlds, start living your life in seasons and you'll see things change tremendously. When I say seasons, you have a season for building, you have a season for fitness, you have a season for whatever, and you can fix this and curate it however you want, but understand that to not go mentally insane, have the best of both worlds, but the building and the grinding and the phase of actually isolation always needs to be longer than having fun. I hope that helps. If there's any questions that you might have, I have my Instagram down below. You can always reach out to me. Besides that, I hope to catch you guys next time. Take care.